So I thought I'd start off tonight by inviting all of you into my house, specifically birthday season at the Garritys. Now, especially as a kid, birthdays were some of my favorite times of the year. Not only did it mean that we could go off to the party store and meticulously pick out invitations, birthday balloons, and any other decorations that would go around the house, but it also meant that the whole family came over. So my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my grandparents would all file into the house, we'd share dinner, and share some lovely times together. Now, in contrast, let's flash to the week after my birthday. And I dreaded this, because my parents would sit me down at the kitchen table and have me fill out thank you notes. And to add insult to injury, these were mocking me because they matched the invitations that I had picked out. But I always greeted this task with the attitude of, do I have to? I felt like it was enough to go around after I'd opened my presents and give a hug and a kiss to those who had given me anything, but this wasn't enough. My family insisted that I had written thank you notes, and I understand it. But the reason why I share this story with all of you today is to show that even as a little kid, I felt very pressured by this communication that we engage in. We are a society based in reciprocity. Now, reciprocity is that you do something for me, I'll do something back for you attitude. And in adhering to this, we've created a society of shortcuts. Now, these shortcuts extend into the way that we communicate with others. In our greetings, for example, we'll say, "Hi, how are you?" To which you'll immediately respond, "Good, how are you?" without even thinking about it. And that's because we operate on social scripts. Social scripts are pathways that our brain creates to shorten our communication. So whether it's you're asked a question or just having a conversation, we give specific responses at very specific times. And that's so we could get into our communication and get out of it. And this extends into the way we show our gratefulness and our gratitude. We do it all the time. I think about going to the movie theater. I'm about to hand in my ticket stub, and the person will hand it back to me and say, "Enjoy the show." Now, I'll always respond, "Thanks, you too," even though this doesn't make sense. I shuffle off embarrassedly and go to my show. Not that big of a deal, I suppose. But my proposition to all of you tonight is that we can break through this rote nature of our communication. And as you can probably guess, I argue that we do this through the sticky note. Sticky notes can be insignificant, just like the way we communicate and show our gratitude to others. Whether it's writing a grocery list, a to-do list, or that little chicken scratch that you leave and have to decode a week later. Post-it notes can be pretty meaningless, especially in the long run. But I argue that if we combine the way we are sharing our gratitude with others and the sticky note, that we can transcend it to something that's meaningful, and it can become a medium to express our thankfulness. Now, before I expand on this idea, I thought I'd start off by showing you where this idea came from. My sophomore year at Canisius College, I was enrolled in a class where we did a video project. I followed this project up by writing 3 words, "Always be loved," on little sticky notes and posting them around campus. The second part of this was to go as a guise of a newspaper reporter and ask people if they had seen these post-it notes around campus, if they knew who was behind it, and if it had any impact on them at all. And to my surprise, everybody that I asked had noticed this. And even more than that, they were really affected by it. People thought that because of these 3 words, "Always be loved," that they should also extend their gratefulness to others more intentionally. So because people were so positively affected by this, I began doing it in my life on a more regular basis. And that was through writing sticky notes to people and leaving them around places. So I'd write a sticky note to my friend expressing my gratitude for them and that they were making an impact on my life, and put it on their desk, throw it in their drawer, throw it in their library book after they had left the table. Whatever it was, just little notes that reminded them that they were important to me. I'm not the only one who's doing this. At Harlan Intermediate School in Duncansville, Texas, students were tasked with writing Post-it notes with positive affirmations and distributing them around the school and the surrounding community. And this shows that we're onto something here. We have this thirst to get in touch with a greater sense of gratitude. The world can be hard sometimes. I don't think any one of us would deny that. But we can get in touch with this gratefulness and show others that they're making an impact on our lives. That amidst the craziness of our world, that they are making a positive difference in it. And that begs the question for me, why do we do this? Why aren't we getting in touch with this gratitude more often? And I think that's because it can be pretty scary to tell others how important they are to us. There's this fear that we'll be too mushy, too corny, or that it has to be some grand gesture. So that's why I propose the sticky note as a solution. Because really, how scary is a 3x3 little piece of paper? So my call to action to all of you tonight is to start sticking. Now, I don't have any stock, or I'm not a salesperson for sticky note companies across the country. So find what works best for you, whether that's sending a text message, an email, picking up the phone, a Facebook message, buying a carrier pigeon, commissioning a skywriter, whatever it is, find the medium that works for you to express our thankfulness. The second part of this call to action is to start this movement right here, right now at TEDxBuffalo. Downstairs, if you go down the staircase, there's what's called the gratitude wall. Post-it notes and pens for all of you to write a positive affirmation and stick it on the wall. Now, this affirmation could be something that can apply to anybody in this room, our community, or our world, or it could be one of those specific ones. And I ask all of you to do this, one, to get our swimming legs, but also to show that engaging in this communication, one that's intentional, more often can add up really quickly and create quite the ripple effect in our community. And then once you're finished filling out that sticky note, try the method that works best for you. Send that text message, pick up the phone, go to the pet store and get a pigeon. Whatever it is, let's get in touch with this greater sense of gratitude. Because it's really easy to slip back into that 8-year-old attitude of mine of, do I have to? And a sense of thankfulness that comes out of feeling very obligated to do so. So let's rather speak from our hearts and not this obligatory sense of our communication. So thank you all for joining me, enlivening a spirit of gratitude in our community, and for listening to my talk.